Hey, welcome to the SydStream. This is my second shot at this ever. I am glad that you're here, whoever you are. Oh, I didn't even lower the bumper music. Here we go. So, let me begin by actually fading this all the way down. So we'll go like that. You can't hear the music, but I can. And now I can't. How's everyone doing? By everyone, I mean the one person who is here right now. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you stick around. I'm, first of all, I am not entirely convinced that you're not me. However, I refuse to believe that Alphabet, the company that owns Google and YouTube, would omit to like that counting me as a viewer of my own stream would be dumb. So thank you very much for being here. I hope you stick around. Last week, I accidentally overwrote the VOD for the stream. I was really looking forward, like as disappointed as I was in that stream in many ways. I was hoping that the VOD would stay on air just as a record. This is an experiment. My plan, as I may or may not have said, is to figure out what this stream is in front of everyone. I have prepared a couple, well, between you and me, I've only prepared one segment, but it's going to be a doozy. But first, let me warm up by talking about something that I enjoy, which is Bitcoin. I don't know if you're the same person who was here last week, or on Thursday, I should say. It hasn't even been a full week, but I like crypto, so let's talk about it for a second. And here is a spoiler for the topic that we will talk about tonight. Oh, yes, this is a tightly run ship at this organization. I'm curious. Yeah, you can see my mouse. That's great. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Just taking a look. I mean, this segment, I'm not even recording it. My goal is to just put it out there that I like talking about it and see what happens. And we see that Bitcoin is now at 33,000. This trend is pointing towards a couple bad days for Bitcoin. Let me just get rid of this GAN box here. Yeah, you don't need that. If you're curious about what GAN analysis is and you're watching this in the VOD, let me know. I'll gladly talk about it. But like really, technical analysis isn't that hard. It's just what I'm doing here. I'm just looking at basic candlestick patterns, and you can learn that, and you can learn those in a couple minutes if you just Google technical analysis candlestick patterns. You'll see it, and an explanation of why I'm into this. I do not. I don't trade crypto. My motivations for learning technical analysis were twofold. I might be saying this every week, so if you're the same one viewer here every week, thank you for sticking in as I repeat this every time. But my dual motivation is to one, recognize buying opportunities for Bitcoin. Like right now, it's going down. So I would not go so far as to say it's a deal, but the deals are coming. Right now, let me just look at the standard technical indicators. Again, I'm not very fancy. If you're into technical analysis, there are some people who do this way more, who could do this probably way better than I could. But I like beginning, warming up, getting the kinks out. With this, we see that, yeah, the momentum for Bitcoin is down. I mean, these indicators are always lagging. So what happens in the candlesticks will show up in the indicators later. So I'm glad to see the RSI is back in the sweet zone. However, and this is a big one, none of this so far. Oh shit, maybe it will. So I was about to say none of this overrides the strong upwards momentum on the weekly chart. These four green candlesticks here indicate on their own several big weeks of Bitcoin. Sorry, these four green candlesticks on the weekly chart on their own, they indicate like more good weeks for Bitcoin. However, this big red one here is almost entirely canceling this one out, which if it does, if by Friday close, what's the open on that? It is 33,068. So if by Friday close, Bitcoin is under 33,068, that in itself would indicate potential downturn on the weekly chart, which is what I'm frankly hoping to see because, as I said, I'm looking for deals. Let me get rid of that. Honestly, that's all I really wanted to do. Let's take a quick look at the SP 500. Yeah. Oh, actually, this is a good reminder as well. When I said that my motivation for learning technical analysis is twofold. One of them is to get uh, deals, is to detect potential deals on Bitcoin, and the other is to detect the beginning and end of recessions or depressions, like this one here back in February, March. Yeah, I saw that one coming. Hello, chat. Uh, who's I don't know who Mr. Kaufman is. Oh, I know who Mr. Kaufman is. But yeah, I'm hodlin baby, hodl gang, and the SP 500. This is the weekly chart, and it's green lights ahead, full steam ahead. Let's go back to the full camera again. Um, if you're if you're into I just do this because I like it. And if you were here on time, you will have heard me mention why I'm into this, which is not to trade crypto. I will say this: if you see cryptocurrency as a means to make more dollars, as far as I'm concerned, you don't really get it. I'm a strong believer in this. Like more than I can express in what I don't even intend to be a segment. But I Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in general, with Bitcoin being like the locomotive that's driving all the other altcoins behind it, is its own thing, and I hope that mass adoption arrives one day. If it does not, I have theories as to why. Spoiler alert, it's shitty UX. The UX for cryptocurrency in general is shit. And I say this as a true believer who likes that shit. But yeah, so that is not what. Oh yeah, just to explain the broader format of this stream. Again, my main motivation is to figure it out in front of everyone. So I've only prepared one segment. It should be a doozy. I don't know how long it'll go, but worst case, we can just chill out and you can watch me play Stardew Valley, which is a Stardew Valley is like a game that I bought because my computer can handle streaming it, and I genuinely enjoy it. I bought it just over a week ago, and I've already put almost 30 hours into this game, where I didn't have to. Now, important detail is I am on vacation right now, so 30 hours in a week while on vacation is actually pretty mild, but I really enjoy it. And worst case, y'all can watch me water my crops to round out the stream. But oh yeah, I got sidetracked by my own tangents. The main engine, sorry, the main format of this stream. It's a format that I've seen a lot of people do, and I'm surprised that not more people do it. I'll be streaming in front of you all, and I'll also be like recording segments, which hopefully will be good enough that I can just upload them to YouTube as their own videos on top of the VOD for this stream, which Unfortunately, last week I accidentally erased the VOD. It is gone. Sadly, like as disappointed as I am in my stream last week, I would have liked to to keep it as a record. I think my ability to to my willingness to fail in front of people is kind of my superpower. That's why that's why I started posting my shitty drawings on Instagram in the process of watching them become gradually less shitty. I am not fishing for compliments. If you like what I do on Instagram, thank you. But I am not convinced. Water my crops actually means water my crops. Mike, who's asking what it means, it is not a euphemism. Stardew Valley is a farming simulator. So water my crops actually means that. So I will begin the first segment. So let me just prepare. Some of you who got here earlier got a little spoiler, but I'm gonna get ready here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, I got my notes. Okay, good. So let's begin. Before I begin recording, I'll say I feel I'm underprepared for this segment, but hopefully it'll go well. Let's get to it. It is very difficult for me to cover this topic that happened a couple days ago because it has so extensively been covered by so many people since it happened. The massive waves, the ripples that this sent throughout the ether of the internet. I say we might not even have begun to feel them yet, but yeah, I will still take a stab at it because I think it raises interesting conversations. If you don't know what I'm talking about, actually, if you're watching this later, you already do. I am talking about Trump getting his Twitter account suspended. Yeah, this is a doozy. I think the most relevant conversation surrounding this Twitter ban seems like wait. Yeah, the most relevant conversation to be had around this issue is do the tech companies, do social media companies have too much power? I think the reasonable answer is yes. And we've reached a point where the president of the United States can get his account suspended. I'm sure that you probably have a strong opinion as to whether or not it's a good thing. I've seen overreactions from across the aisle on this. I would say that the I would say that the two dumbest takes that I've seen on this is permabanning him on Twitter violates his First Amendment rights. And second one, well, Twitter's a private platform. They could do whatever they want. Now, the second one at least has the advantage that it's correct. They really can. Freedom of association is paramount to me. It's one of my core values. Well, it isn't in itself, but it derives directly from one of my core values, which is the non-aggression principle and freedom and all that stuff. So if you're free, you can associate with whoever you want. I'll probably do another segment on this. I doubt in a couple weeks, probably in months. There's probably going to be so much news by then. Anyway, the first take, it's dumb. As most of you probably know, the First Amendment protects you from the federal government. So if you say, if you show up in my restaurant and start reading the results from last night's hockey game out loud, I can kick you out, and it doesn't violate your First Amendment. However, the whole Twitter has effectively become the public square. I mean, even if Parler um, and Gab, even if there weren't even if the alternatives were still active, like who really goes there? Parler is fast growing, but quite frankly, it sucks. I say this as someone who is on Parler. I am speaking about Parler in the present tense because I know there are plans to migrate elsewhere and actually get the site back up, but the site sucked. I don't really miss it. Even if it didn't, it's an echo chamber. Now, one thing that I did not see covered regarding this Trump Twitter ban is the actual blog post that Twitter posted explaining why they banned him. Did you know? Did you know that Twitter posted a blog post? The only reason I did is because Philip DeFranco mentioned it on his show, which I watch pretty regularly. And what I will do, I have not read this myself. I will read it live in front of you and give you my thoughts on it and see if it makes sense or not. So let's cover it. Oh, there is one thing that I know is in here that I think is bullshit. But we'll get to that when it's covered here because Phil DeFranco mentioned it in his video, which he published the same day. You know, people do this for a living. Anyway, enough gerrymandering. I certainly used that word wrong. All right. Permanent suspension of @RealDonaldTrump. Let me go here. All right. Actually, yeah, you probably can't see that really well. Let me make it bigger for you. There we go. That'll do. So, after close review of recent tweets from @RealDonaldTrump account and the context around them, I think these words right here are doing a lot of lifting. But hey, I might be poisoning the well. Let's see. Specifically, how they are being received and interpreted on and off Twitter. Yup. We have permanently suspended the account due to risk of further incitement of violence. There will be more on that later. Yeah. Like, the whole incitement of violence thing is a fascinating conversation. I don't think I'll be able to do it justice tonight. But yeah, incitement of violence, like, in the abstract, I get it. Did Donald Trump meet that threshold? Well, obviously, according to Twitter, he did. Let's see what I think, which is what really matters here. Am I right? All right. In the context of horrific events this week, we made it clear on Wednesday that additional violations of the Twitter rules would potentially result in this very course of action. Our public interest framework, this is probably way too long to read. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Our public interest framework exists to enable exists to enable the public to hear from elected officials and world leaders directly. It is built on a principle that the people have a right to hold power to account in the open. Yeah, this is I believe this is the principle that was alluded to when, I forget which politician, maybe even Donald Trump himself, when Twitter judged that he can't block people because it denies them access to hold power to account. Let's continue. However, we made it clear going back years that these accounts are not above our rules entirely and cannot use Twitter to incite violence, among other things. We will continue to be transparent around our policies and their enforcement. Actually, I do no matter what I think of the reasons that they permaban Trump, I do appreciate them taking the time to post this. Yeah. The below is a comprehensive analysis of our policy enforcement approach. In this case, overview. On January 8th, okay, this is 2 days after the Washington insurrection, which I covered in a video which you can see on my channel. By the way, if you're watching this and you would like to participate in the chat, I do this every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. So on January 8th, 2021, President Donald J. Trump tweeted, oh shit, I want to make sure. Okay, good. YouTube is, I don't want to get in trouble for YouTube for saying things, so I just realized now that maybe reading these tweets will be a violation, even though displaying them on my screen right here will be. But whatever. Let's continue. The 75 million great American patriots who voted for me, America first, and Make America Great Again will have a giant voice long into the future. They will not be disrespected or treated unfairly in any way, shape, or form. Honestly, that seems like a generic Trump tweet to me. Shortly thereafter, the president tweeted, to all those who have asked, I will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th. Due to the ongoing tensions in the United States and an uptick in the global conversation in regards to the people who violently stormed the Capitol on January 6, 2021, these two tweets must be read. Oof. Must? Must they? Must they? We'll see. These two tweets must be read in the context of broader events in the country. Let me start over. These two tweets must be read in the context of broader events in the country and the ways in which the president's statements can be mobilized by different audiences. Oh boy. Including to incite violence, as well as in the context of the pattern of behavior from this account in recent weeks. Now that is something I will give them. This is on brand. This is on brand. These tweets. It is virtually impossible to know what is in the mind, what is in the heart and soul of someone. The only thing we can go on is their consistent patterns of behavior. And I will give them 1000%. Those two tweets are like right in line. We're not groundbreaking, revolutionary shift in perspective from Donald Trump. None of that is evidenced in those tweets. So I'll grant you that. Let me see. Yes. After assessing the language in these tweets against our glorification of violence policy, we have determined that these tweets are in violation of the glorification of violence policy, and the user real Donald Trump should be immediately permanently suspended from the service. Jesus Christ, so these are the two straws that broke the camel's back, eh? Let me copy paste this into my notebook because in my notepad, because I don't want to come back to this every now and then. So let's see how much more of this is there. Oh, okay, it's not so bad. Let's see. Yeah. So here we are. We assessed the two tweets referenced above under our glorification of violence policy, which I will not read on stream. I'm sure it would take days. Yeah. Apparently the stream is choppy right now, but I'm gonna carry on. If you're still with me, thank you for still being here. So we assessed the two tweets referenced, under our glorification of violence policy, which aims to prevent the glorification of violence that could inspire others to replicate violent acts, and determined that they were highly likely to encourage and inspire people to replicate the criminal acts that took place in the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Oh, okay. This is more reasonable than I thought it would be. Let me continue. This determination is based on a number of factors, including President Trump's statement that he will not be attending the inauguration is being received by a number of his supporters as further okay, I don't know what a number of his supporters means, but it's being received by them as further confirmation that the election was not legitimate and is seen as him disavowing the previous claim made in the two tweets. Okay, good. Thank you for confirming that the stream is still smooth. So, let me see here. So yeah, from what I'm getting here, a number of his supporters, let me read this. A number of his supporters, it's received by a number of his supporters as further confirmation that the election was not legitimate and is seen as him disavowing the previous claim made via the two tweets by his deputy chief of staff that there would be an orderly transition on January 20th. Okay, so if I boil this down, they're saying that those two tweets are him saying that the transition on January 20th will not be orderly. I think that's a stretch, honestly. Let's continue. The second tweet may also serve as encouragement to those potentially considering violent acts that the inauguration would be a safe target as he will not be attending. Now, this is the only thing that I saw Philip DeFranco mention, which I think is bullshit. Of course, given the undeniable cult of personality around Donald Trump, the odds that someone in his audience would take it as this is let's say non-zero. But this leads into the conversation of like how responsible are you for your audience and things like that, which again I won't be able to do full justice to tonight. But I think that this part here is too much of a stretch. Let's continue. Anyway, I copy pasted these two tweets in my notepad, so we'll see. The use of the word American patriots to describe some of his supporters is also being interpreted as support for those committing violent acts at the U.S. Capitol. That's fair. I think, and I covered this last week also, like what I describe as pacing and leading, like when he was saying, again, I got to be careful what I say on YouTube, but where he was saying to his supporters, like, I agree, what happened in November was wrong, and things like that before saying now go home in peace. Like, I can understand how someone who hates Trump would see that as being empty and dismissive and hollow, but he's talking to his supporters, and that is classic pacing and leading. That's how I see it. Yeah. The mention of his supporters having a giant voice long into the future and that they will not be disrespected or treated unfairly in any way, shape, or form is being interpreted as further indication that President Trump does not plan to facilitate an orderly transition. Now, Jesus Christ, there's I'm gonna go into full camera for this part. No matter how confident you are, you can't read people's minds. It would be really convenient if we could, but we can't. And I understand, like I made this point myself, general consistent patterns of behavior is like our biggest clue into this, but to go so far as to like single out the words giant voice long into the future as oh geez, I shouldn't laugh, but that the words giant voice into the future being interpreted as just between us, the transition will be orderly is insane to me. Let's continue. So yeah, it's instead that he plans to continue to support, empower, and shield those who believe who believe his story for what happened in November. Whatever. I don't have much to add. Plans for future armed protests have already begun proliferating on and off Twitter. I have no trouble believing that, including a proposed secondary attack on the U.S. Capitol and state capitol buildings on January 17th, 2021. Now, this is not the first time I've heard of this. Strangely enough, the first time I heard of that was earlier today. Yeah, there's a cult of personality around this guy, and there's no doubt that the amount of people who idolized this man enough to like plan violent shenanigans around that period is higher than zero. But then, where do you draw the line? That's the unsatisfactory question to me. Let me just read this paragraph and then we can riff a bit and then hopefully there'll be something. So, as such, our determination is that the two tweets above, again, they play into the broader pattern of behavior from Trump since probably June, July. But those were the two tweets that they're riding on. These are the two smoking guns that they use as justification to permaban him. So yeah, the two tweets above are likely to inspire others to replicate the violent acts that took place on January 6, 2021, and that there are multiple indicators that they are being received and understood as encouragement to do so. All right, well, I gotta say, frankly, that was more reasonable than I thought it would be. But it's all about what causes inciting violence. I understand. It's like if you're familiar with the concept of stochastic terrorism, I read up on this before starting the stream a little because I was sure it would be relevant. But the bottom line is if enough people are paying attention to you, you basically can't say anything without some risk that some crazy nut will take that as a pretext to do bad stuff. And I don't think that by this standard, you could use that as a pretext to ban anyone who has a large enough following. Fucking Kim Kardashian, fucking Kanye. Like I, I don't. I think it would be a huge stretch to read into anything that they've ever tweeted as inciting violence. But can someone somewhere, can a number of their followers take this as encouragement? In the abstract, well, yeah. Mike, I noticed earlier you said I never thought of it like that. Geez, if you can quickly explain what you mean by that, I would gladly love to tussle with it a little. But yeah, the bottom line is when the conversation of what does and doesn't incite violence is probably something that I should talk about in a later stream. I will. You know what? I'm gonna just put in my notes here. I've wanted to do this for a while, but the bottom line is, if the two fucking tweets are that he called his supporters patriots and said, "We will have a voice that giant voice long into the future." Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy to me. So yeah, in retrospect, this blog entry was more reasonable than I thought it would be. It definitely plays into a bigger pattern of behavior. Hopefully, if you're watching this and you never took the time to read this, you found this interesting. Again, I do this every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Please leave a comment below, like this video, and again, I'm very easy to find. Oh, Mike answered. Trump being at. Oh yeah. So basically what Mike was saying, that he never thought that someone would take Trump announcing his absence as at the inauguration as a green light. You know why you probably didn't think of that? Said he just after ranting about mind reading. Because it would be such a stretch. Like, only the nuttiest of the nutters would take this way, and if we cater to that, it becomes open season to deplatform anyone with a large enough audience. Like, I think the whole thing about stochastic terrorism. Let me bring this up just before closing. This might be relevant. Let me just copy paste this in here. Whoops, like that. Okay. So, what was the part that I wanted to say? Let's see here. I'm trying to find it. I think this is it right here. Okay. The term stochastic is used in this instance to describe the random probabilistic nature of its effect, whether or not an attack actually takes place. And although the actual perpetrator of a planned attack and its timing is not under the control of the stochastic terrorist, their actions are nevertheless serve to increase the probability that a terrorist attack will occur. So basically, the notion of stochastic terrorism is that by speaking your words out into the world, that you're increasing the chances that someone will do something bad. And I have no doubt that that's a thing. I mean, Jesus Christ, the Christchurch shooting was just that, and that's just one example. But like the insurrection that happened in Washington is significantly different. It does play into this broader narrative of Trump expressing doubts for months on end, but the main thing, which in my view overshadows it all, is the rally that happened just before, where he was saying some, like, he was drumming up the troops and saying, like, we will not surrender, we will never concede. There was my thoughts on the election, and now let's go march towards the Capitol. That that's much more of a smoking gun than fucking calling 750,000 people, no, sorry, 75 million people great American patriots, and then saying he won't be at the inauguration. Like, that's too much. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, thanks again. Please consider subscribing and showing up next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Yeah, like, follow, all that shit. I really got to work on my end of segment pitch, but thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. All right, I think that went well. Holy shit, only 20 minutes left. This is great. Let me see here. It is an interesting situation. Definitely not open. Definitely will open a few eyes to the power of these giant tech companies. Yeah. Ultimately, I'm not sad to see him go, but the idea that giant. Yes. Okay, Mr. Kaufman. Great point. The honestly, the only thing. Let me go back into full camera mode. The only thing that makes me sad to see Trump permabanned is the memes. Again, I'm on record for saying that I love Trump rallies. They're great memes. They're really interesting. They're amazing. But that rally that he held just before the insurrection was, I think he crossed the line. I said that last week. And again, the funny thing is, I'm interpreting that after the fact. Had he said those words and there not been like a bum rush on the Capitol building with 5 dead, maybe I would have interpreted as, oh man, you're just exaggerating. He's just riffing in front of his audience. Like, I don't know. And no, there's no outro. The outro music is at the end of the stream, not at the end of my segments. But yeah, so we have 20 minutes to go. And as I said, I was underprepared for this. I think this segment went much better than I thought it would. I think I don't know if I'll be able to do this next week, but I would love to talk about incitement of violence. It's a really fascinating conversation, And yeah, you know what? Unless someone has any burning questions, and I know there's like a 20-second delay between me speaking and y'all hearing it. I know because I could see my countdown timer. And yeah, the delay is about 20 seconds. I'm just gonna water my crops, if you know what I mean, for a couple minutes. I mean, yeah. Thank you very much for still being here. Uh, I'm imagining that most of you saw me on At Home with James on Twitch last night. If you're so inclined to do so, uh, let me know. And if not, that's fine too. I love you unconditionally. I say that having never met you, presumably, unless I have. So yeah, let's start her up and water my crops. Hi-oh! Giggity giggity giggity. Let's see here. Let me start her up. Boom. Yeah. Oh, actually, I will have to adjust the levels. Basically, I usually play Stardew Valley by while doing other shit, which is technically still the case now. But unlike, is it starting? Unlike the usual other shit that I do. Uh, oh shit! I think I just launched the game twice. Oh, I have the iron watering can, Mike. All right. I'm gonna stay in full camera mode because um, loading my saved game it kind of takes a while. So instead of like I'll you'll see the game when I'm good and ready. All right. It's loading right now. Ooh. There we go. Okay, I don't know why my money thing is shaking. We will find out. Let me just. Where are you? There you are. Ooh, there we go. Cool. Ooh, this. Yeah, this looks right. Okay, good. All right. Let me start by, as I said, adjusting the volume here. Let's do this. So, for those of you who weren't there at the beginning, Stardew Valley is a farming game. And yeah, I just woke up. Let me just see. So tomorrow it's snowing. Yeah, it's the winter. It's a real shame that you're. It's a shame that you're watching me during the winter, which is, as far as I'm concerned, the boring season. But yeah, ever see little man? Yes, yes, I know. Okay, let's water my crops, if you know what I mean. Hoo-yo! Let's go. Hey, let me know if this is choppy for you. It's good for me, but the test that I did that one time looked good. But if you're I'll eventually get iridium. I'm not deep enough in the mines, so yeah. All right, crops watered. Let's pet the chickens. That petting the chickens is an actual thing. I've realized that some chickens are really finicky, and if you don't pet them like I just did, they won't lay an egg. Especially this white chicken. Gives white fragility a new meaning. Am I right? Hi-oh! All right. There we go. I've petted all my chickens. Good. Here. Whoops. Hey. Why is my game frozen? Oh, there we go. Ooh. Okay, there you are. Okay, this game is a little choppy for me, but hopefully it's still watchable for you. Yeah, I'm not getting any complaints, so I'm just gonna assume that this is good. Now let's milk the cows, if you know what I mean. Rrr. Yes, baby. There we go. Cows are milked and petted and fed. Hey, Kevin Nash is cool. Nice username. If you can't afford a heater, my heart goes out to you. Oh yeah, I forgot to water doggy. I don't know if filling this doggy bowl is a placebo or not. Like if I didn't fill it for a couple days, I don't know what would happen. But whatever. I do it anyway because I like my doggy. And my doggy is actually named Doggy. I don't put a lot of effort naming fictional animals. Let's see here. Yeah. The beauty of Stardew Valley is even if you haven't played in a while, like as long as you water your crops and pet your chickens and milk your cows, you can't irredeemably screw up your farm. Let's see here. Yeah. Deluxe fishing pole. I hated fishing for the longest time, but I recently understood what how fishing works, and it's not that bad. In the 10ish minutes we have left, I'll probably just show you because if you have trouble fishing, you're probably doing the same mistake that I did. Once I understood what the minigame actually is, it's still a bitch, but it's much less a bitch when you're trying to do the right thing as opposed to the wrong thing. There we go. Ancient drum. This is probably a museum donation. Yeah, I'll spare you that part though. I'll just go fishing. Strangely, and again, I know that Stardew Valley has actually a lot of people streaming this, so on some level it must be interesting to watch people play. I'm just not entirely convinced that watching me do this is interesting to you. If it is, please let me know. If it's not, please keep that to yourself. But okay, before I cast my pole, if you know what I mean, I just want to explain the GUI for the fishing game. It has this little fish with a green bar, and it has like this bar on the right hand side. And I thought the goal was to get the fish all the way to the top, but the goal is to fill up the green bar to the right of it, which I was never even trying to do. So hopefully this works. Let's see. Woohoo! Okay, I'm facing the wrong way. Ooh, wait. You know what? I'm gonna test the bait. How do you even test? I don't even know how to put bait on my pole. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay, how's about if I do this? I don't know how to put bait on my fishing pole. Well, anyway, I've caught fish without one before. Let's just do it. Let's, this is premium content right here. If you want to see more Stardew Valley fishing, get behind my paywall. Oh, jeez. Come on. There we go. So yeah, again, the goal is to fill the bar that's to the left of this fish, and it charges when the green thing is above the fish. If I'm not even trying to do that, it's impossible. But at least now, I can at least try. And I'm probably going to catch this fish. There we go. Boom. Ooh, sea cucumber, whatever that is. That's nice. Let me... You know what? Actually, this is interesting. If I'm going to be doing this, let me... Ooh. Yeah, okay, streaming this game is taking a toll on my computer, but at least it should still be watchable. Yeah, you know what? What I was gonna do, I was going to Google how to put bait on your pole with you, but streaming this game is straining my computer enough as it is, so we'll just let the mystery pursue. I think I'm just going to play this day out and then wish you all a good night. Thank you very much for... Holy shit, I have more viewers now than I did before. Oh, you know what? Let me try something, though. This is a low-cost thing to try. Let me just pause this game here. Let's see if I can... Yeah. What I just did, I just changed my category from blog to gaming. At least it's more relevant. I don't care about these people. Like the NPCs in Stardew Valley, I don't care about them. I'll only speak to them if I literally run into them, like I just did with whatever her name is. Yeah, let's go do some quick mining. And you know, the winter, as I said, it's just boring enough. Like in the other seasons, I often go to bed like early. Wait, you right click the bait, then click the rod. Let me see. Wait, let me try in here. Right click the bait, click the... Nope. Oh, unless I right-click the bait and right-click the rod? Oh! So I right-click the bait and right-click the rod. Thank you very much, Mike. That's amazing. It almost makes me want to fish again. You know what? Let's do it. I'm gonna cast my pole, if you know what I mean. Oh, shit. That bit right away. Holy shit. Okay. Come on. I'm not a friendly neighbor in real life either. Actually, that's not entirely true, but yeah. You know, I'm not a socialist by any stretch, but one thing that I often hear socialists mention, that I must admit they have a point, is what they refer to as atomization. And one aspect of atomization is like not really feeling a connection with your neighbors. And yeah, I have a couple neighbors that I have a relationship with. Sadly, only a few of those neighbors still live here, and the neighbors who have moved in since then, I haven't really taken the time to really get to know them. It's like we say hi to each other and that's it. I'm sure they're nice people, but nope. All right. Whoops. Fuck you. Good. Let's get some ore here. Good. This is fine quartz. Only the finest, baby. Only the finest quartz, baby. Yeah. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get to level 85, and then we're gonna call it a night. Thank you very much if you're still watching. Whoa. Oh shit. You know, I actually died in these mines last time, and this might... Oh my god! Let me eat some cheese. Oh man. Yeah. Oh my god. Holy shit. This enemy right here changes the game. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna eat more cheese. When in doubt, eat more cheese. Alright. Well, I didn't die. That's good. Oh, there's one thing I'll mention if anyone watching this is actually familiar with Stardew Valley. I discovered the quarry yesterday or the day before, and I really wish that I had been streaming at that time. I remember as I was literally sitting here in amazement going, wow! That people had been able to see my reaction to that. It was the first time stumbling onto that quarry was amazing. Okay, come on. Oh yeah, there's one thing that I forgot to mention. Underneath this hat is an afro. That's right, baby. I remember someone in the chat mentioned, probably Mike, mentioned that he liked my hat, but yeah, that hat covers an afro, baby. And no, I will not grow an afro in real life. That ship has sailed. Come on. Okay, yeah, this is bad. Good. I need some more cheese. One thing that I will say, as I said at the beginning, those of you who are on time, I'm still figuring out this stream. I only had one topic prepared for tonight. Thank you for still being here. Holy shit, there's still 5 people watching. Thank you. But yeah, as I get better at doing this, hopefully I'll be able to prepare topics where Stardew Valley will not be necessary. Because one thing that's clear is it's playable for me and it's watchable for you, but my computer is straining a little. Like, I was not expecting streaming software to take such a heavy toll on your computer. But yeah, there are a bunch of games that run just fine on my computer. But if I run them with OBS Studio, holy shit, it becomes a choppy mess for me and for you. But yeah, this is quite playable, so I'm down with this. Shit. Yeah, I remember this isn't an unlucky day, but it is. In Stardew Valley, you have like luck, and I read. If you'll remember, when I got out of bed this morning, I checked the TV, and one of the things that I checked was the fortune teller, and she said that today was like a mildly bad luck day, which is probably why it's taking so much time for me to find the exit to the next level. What was your question? But you'll grow the beard, right? No, probably not. Honestly, you know, when I'm on a show, that's one thing, but it would take a very special series of circumstances for me to grow that beard, and peer pressure is not it. Ah, shit, not this guy. Holy shit. Okay, now I'm a little scared, honestly. And I'm tired. Come on. Ah, screw it. Abort, abort, abort. No. Oh, jeez. What is this? Jinxed. I was jinxed. Okay. Too bad. You know what? That was quite the experience. Again, the last time I played, which was earlier today, I actually died in the mines, which was my first time, and now I'm like being at half health, encountering one of these demons. It's like, nope, I'm not doing that tonight, even though I was like a couple levels short of 85. Maybe I'll get a better sword or something. We'll see. Yes, I know I'm tired. It's 1 a.m. This stuff I'll do tomorrow morning. Hey, Let me just go to bed. The design of this game is great. Like, you can only save by going to bed for the night, and a day lasts about 10 to 15 minutes depending on how you play. I really like the design for this. Like, for those of you who've played Civ, you're probably familiar with the just one more turn trap. But yeah, the just one more day. That is definitely a factor in Stardew Valley. But on that note, thank you very much for watching. The 20-second delay is very odd for me to contemplate, but I'm gonna soldier on. It's been again. I do this every Tuesday at 10 p.m. I really appreciate you being here. I love this chat. As you can see, it's not that hard interacting with your chat. You can take that as you will. Maybe it was a burn, maybe it wasn't. Again, thank you for still being here. I'll see you next week. Like, last stream was on a Thursday, so I had less time to prepare for tonight, but now I have a full week. We'll see what we cover next week. I hope to see you there. If you're watching this in the VOD, thank you even more. Holy shit. On that note, my name is Sydney, and I'll see you next week.